always important when you got a pitcher like Ashley Miller on the mound, who's a big strikeout pitcher, but also likes to get her share of ground balls, Sydney.
When talking to pitching coach for Northwestern, Michelle Gascoigne, she said Miller came in as a strikeout pitcher that you mentioned, but she's gotten her to really buy into ground balls are still effective. And I think that's why you're seeing so much success, is she's willing to pitch to outs and not always the strikeout.
You're going to see Ashley Miller work low in the zone all day. She misses down on that first pitch to Holly. The most dangerous bat in this Michigan State lineup, just judging by the numbers. Blue chip recruit to South Carolina. Didn't get a ton of playing time there, but still hit well over 200 in her first year with the SEC. Shows you the ability that she has. And this sophomore season, against a pretty good competition in non-conference, those numbers look great.
And Miller already trying to keep Holly on her toes with the off-speed on the second pitch of the game.
Holly up the middle, off Miller's knee into no man's land, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Holly. You hope Miller's okay. That caught her a little bit of a glancing blow, and she seems to be walking it off. But hard contact to start things off for the Spartans.
That's one thing you're going to notice from these Michigan State hitters is they do such a phenomenal job of keeping their hands inside pitchers. If you look at their spray charts, they have a lot up the middle, and that's something that Northwestern might play around. They're very known for having more sort of shifts from just the number game that they really read into against hitters.
Well, here's the speed on this Michigan State team. Alexis Ross out of the left-handed batter's box. Shows bunt, bunts it foul. She is very capable with her bat handling, slapping, bunting, can do it all to get on base from that lefty box.
I think what's really interesting is she has 12 bunts on the year and only one is a sacrifice.
Wow.
Yeah, so that shows her speed right there.
Yeah, very capable of getting on base in that area. She takes just outside. Emma Ray behind the plate trying to make that one look good. Our umpires today behind the plate, Naomi Erdahl, Whitney Fulvin at first, and Stacy Paulson at third in this Big Ten season opener. 1-1 chop to Miller. She goes to second for one. Great play to get the lead runner, but now you have a dangerous base stealer at first in Ross.
Love the confidence from Miller. You could tell as soon as she fielded the ball, the way she landed, her feet were set up, ready to go to second base. That is the sign of a veteran player. Right there, landed, just turned, ready to throw to second, and Donahue there to make the out.
Hit hard down the line, but foul by Macy Lee, the catcher. One of the returners for this team, and one of the more veteran players of this group, the junior, standing 5'11" out of Phoenix, Arizona. And she's had a very strong season with the bat, 286 on the average coming into today. Missing that slugging a little bit, only 2 extra base hits on the season, but so adept at getting on base. 9 walks, 2 hit by pitches, just 6 strikeouts. She takes on the outside corner. We haven't seen Alexis Ross take off yet. Emma Ray has thrown out 6 of 13 would-be base stealers this year, but Ross is 12 for 12. Talk about good on good right there. 0-2 is low. Ross taking a big lead off first, but not going anywhere just yet.
Ross is really trying to read the defense. You see Kansas Robinson at second base. She's pinched up the middle, trying to take away second base, leaving a bit of a hole.
Foul down the right side.
Ross was going on that one from the jump.
She gets a great jump. Senior transfer from FIU. Brings that needed speed to this Michigan State team that felt like they were lacking it at points last year. Didn't return a lot of players with a lot of foot speed. That's in the dirt. Ross is going to go. Tough throw from Ray, and it's late. Will likely be called a wild pitch instead of a 13th stolen base, but the danger of Ross in full effect right there.
You can tell it's an off-speed down in the dirt. A great read by Ross. When you're facing a pitcher who you know throws an off-speed a healthy amount of the time, that's something you're going to look for and try to seek out and want to take the next base.
Officially a wild pitch, but a great base running play regardless. 2-2 is there at the knees for strike 3 called. Miller pulled the string.
Back-to-back on the off-speed. Miller does a great job. Missed low the one before, but brings it up just enough to catch her freezing.
Here's Britton Bashirs. Mentioned Holly's probably the most dangerous batter in the order. Well, if you want the long ball, Bashirs is who you look for. 10 home runs on the season. She watches that one in the dirt. Ray faking the throwback. I almost think Ross wanted her to throw that one back behind her with the amount of speed she possesses.
The one nice thing you'll see from Ray and just any catcher who wants to keep a base runner honest is to be able to incorporate that fake throw early.
1-0 swung on and missed. Just dropped right under the barrel from Shears.
You know, Miller is somebody who's going to attack any hitter in the lineup. Just such an intense player in her competition level. She doesn't want to give any free bases.
Change up is low, and there Ross is caught up in a rundown here. Katie fakes back, now throws. Donahue, tag in time. And Emma Ray picked the exact right moment to throw behind the runner and ended up getting out number 3.
The experience on that play alone, Ray as a first-year player knowing to get it in the hands of Robinson, you'll just be able to see they've done this and practiced this so many times for this moment. Ball goes to Robinson, who immediately will throw it to Katie. Katie will run her all the way back before making the last-minute throw. So much experience pays off to work themselves out of a jam in inning 1.
You talk about a power hitter who the power has not been there as much as it was last year so far, but a power hitter who's capable of hitting for average. One of the most valuable things is you look at the Michigan State defense. They're getting Conroy back at shortstop after she missed 2 weeks. Big addition there as the first pitch from Gray to Robinson misses low.
And Robinson had a fantastic first season. She was Big Ten all-freshman team, and she had the highest OPS by a NU first-year player since Rachel Lewis in 2018, which that's some pretty great company.
A familiar name for Northwestern fans, as you might imagine. Rachel Lewis nearly single-handedly led the Wildcats to reaching the regional championship that year in Georgia in 2018. Kansas Robinson on the 2-0 just misses. 2-1.
I think there's still a few dents in Welsh Ryan Arena from Lewis back in the day.
On the top as well.
Very much so. And that's the special thing, is the J brings in elements to the game that Northwestern really celebrates. One of it being the fact that Welsh Ryan is in their left field back house. So when a ball is hit over, they have a really prestigious club called the Roof Club. Not many are a part of it, but it's all those little gems that makes this field very special for this program.
The 2-2 to Robinson. Tipped out of the glove, just got a piece, and Lee couldn't squeeze it. Robinson stays alive. One of the things she's done so well to avoid this year's city, that was a bigger problem last year. Just 9 strikeouts so far for Robinson in 75 plate appearances. And you can see just getting a piece of that one to stay alive.
And Gray working a rise ball in the outer half right now.
Rise ball a little bit too high to tempt Robinson that time, and the count runs full.
That's one thing you're going to see by Robinson is she spoils so many pitches. She works the pitcher to a high pitch count, already a 3-2 count in the first batter.
Pitch number 7 from Gray, who's used to the high pitch counts, of course. And it's low, maybe a bit away as well. Robinson works the leadoff walk. So the leadoff base runner aboard for Northwestern. I was mentioning with Gray, she's pitched over 100 pitches 5 times this season already. Used to the high workload, Northwestern is going to make her work today.
Gray has done amazing things for the staff. She's really came in with a ton of experience and is teaching others around her and leading them to be better.
Nader drops a bunt. Tough play. Miscommunication between Hawley and Gray. Both thought the other one was going to take it. I'm not sure either would have had a play either way. And it's 2 on with nobody out for the Wildcats.
That's a tough situation for a pitcher, and you can tell Gray right away peeled, looking like she was ready to cover third base, and perfectly paced by Nader. And Howley just thought Gray had it. Again, that miscommunication. Now you have 2 people on base, 1 in scoring position with your 3-hitter up in the first inning.
Big spot for Hannah Katie, who has thrived in the Big Ten throughout her career as she watches one low. We talked to Carol Drohan telling us that earlier this week she was talking about how, you know, Hannah Katie in the Big Ten is just a different animal. Just want to get her into Big Ten play. She thrives in the conference. Checked her swing. Did not go around. That was really close from up here.
Yeah, and I believe a lot of that is because Katie is just such a tough player. You talk about the elements that sometimes can go into a Big Ten season. She's someone who's willing to weather any storm.
2 on, nobody out. Katie squares to bunt on 2-0 and goes right through it. I don't think it was called a strike initially, checked out to third, and now it is a strike, and she clearly attempted at that. Surprised to see it on 2-0, Sydney, or not really?
I think you're going to see Northwestern, much like both of these teams, they're going to try to pull out new stops, catch each other off guard. But I was a bit surprised, especially on a hitter's advantage there to bunt in that situation with your 3-hitter up. Exactly
my thought. I think Kate Drohan probably wants to test the bunt defense of Hannah Hawley at third after seeing that initial miscue, but it's now 3-1 on Katie. Gray trying to get back in it. Foul to the screen.
And Gray has faced 3 lefty hitters in a row, and she is just painting that third base corner, really trying to take away the power from the beginning of this Northwestern lineup.
Trouble with that is that Hannah Katie gets a lot of power to the left side. She fouls that back to the screen. Of her homers, her first 3 years in this program, more than half were to the left side of center field. She's very capable of going the other way, you could say, Sydney.
She is, but you have to look at this. This is now a series. It's a 3-game series in the pitch count that Gray is already on. Another 3-2 count, how that can affect all the way to game 2 and game 3.
Katie checks her swing, takes strike 3 called. Gray spent all at bat on the outside corner, goes back inside, and ties her up for the first out.
When you're a hitter and you're seeing out, 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 fouling it off, and then come back inside, it can sometimes feel so much tighter on you than you really initially feel. A great pitching call there by Gray and an execution.
Big spot early in this one for Bridget Donahue, who watches strike 1. Donahue has been great all season, top 5 in the conference in on-base percentage. Since the Georgia Tech game early in the year, though, she's been on another level. 583 on-base percentage now in Northwestern's last 15 games. And Donahue took it off the helmet. Clapping her way down to first, she'll take the free base. They're loaded for maybe the most dangerous hitter in this game, Angela Zidak.
You have to love a player who's willing to do whatever they can do to get on base, and that's something Donahue's been doing all season long. She's coming in with 20 walks, and this will lead a coach's visit on the mound for Gray as they're about to face potential trouble. You'll see it catches just the helmet, actually.
Yeah, the face mask there for Donahue, who clearly tried to get out of the way. It's Danielle Stenger making the visit, the pitching coach who came with Sharonda McDonald-Kelly from Campbell to Michigan State. Zidak 327, 486, 509 slash line. She takes up high. A lot of pitchers tend to attack Angela Zidak at the top part of the zone. But you got to actually hit the zone for that to work.
If you're Gray right now, I would just trust your spin, really throw it through the zone. You have 7 people behind you.
On the corner for strike 1 to even the counts. It's a great pitch. Emma Ray hoping to get a chance on deck. Had a 3-run home run on Wednesday here against UIC. Zidak awaits the 1-1. Gray with the sunglasses, looks at her card, gets her sign. Grounded up the middle, Gray makes a nice play. 1, 2, they cannot turn the double play, but a big lead out at home, and Gray fielding her position to keep a run off the board.
Gray paints the corner. The pitch before the drop-off, but then follows it up. Looks like almost like an off-speed, but tunnels it so well.
You can see there, just made a nice play coming home with it. Now Emma Ray with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The last Wildcat chance to score a run this inning. Ray watches it on the inside corner for strike 1.
You have to give Michigan State a lot of credit. They had a bunch of adversity, and after that meeting, it looks like Gray has kind of refocused in, and now they have 2 outs.
0-1 to Ray. In there, strike 2. That one looked like a good pitch to hit. Ray takes a long walk to prepare for the 0-2. Right there, strike 3 called, and Liv Gray works out of danger. Gets Zidak to ground back to the pitcher. Strands 3 with the looking strikeout of Emma Ray. We head to the second, still scoreless at the J. Another look at that great strikeout to finish things out. Gray just painting it on the outside, and Ray could only stand and watch. Well, Britton Bashirs, who was robbed of an opportunity to hit with a runner in scoring position last inning, comes back up and takes a change-up for a strike. You better believe she wanted to get back at it. Almost sprinted into the batter's box after the throwdown. The big pickoff from Emma Ray to end the first inning. Catching Alexis Ross, snapping with a little bit of the hesitation move. And now Bashirs hits with nobody on and no outs, a position Northwestern would much rather have her in. The leader in home runs for this Michigan State squad. 726 slugging percentage coming into the day. Video game numbers for Bashirs, who checks it, slow roller out the first base line, and Miller makes the tag for the unassisted out.
3 changeups in a row from Miller. A strike, a ball, but then she comes back, and that shows the amount of confidence Miller has in her changeup. And from pitching coach Michelle Gascoigne to be able to call, and you can see right there, she fields it herself and makes the play herself. And those sometimes are a lot harder plays than you feel as a pitcher, to be able to have to run to the left and tag all in one fluid motion.
Grounder, foul of third. Dare I say it, Sydney? Danielle Williams-esque with the triple up on the changeup. I'm just saying, you know, maybe coming out of the other side in the circle, but, you know,
I mean, I think
one
they
Michelle
share,
Gascoigne pitcher to another.
They share a pitching coach. But if you look at Miller's numbers, she didn't throw her changeup as much last season, and that comes really when you watch her feet right here, watch her landing foot, and how firm she finishes. She used to have a big hop, and that sometimes led to inconsistencies within when you're releasing a changeup and a drop ball, and so you see that so much more consistent now, which has led to more success for her changeup. We
just saw another changeup for a called strike. The difference is that an elite pitching coach can make at times. Swing and a miss, another changeup, and down goes Sydney Dolazecki on strikes. Miller is hurling it in right now.
As a hitter, when you're facing so many changeups, you almost start to outguess yourself. Like, she won't go there again, but sure enough, right here, that one misses high, which sometimes is such an awkward pitch for a hitter to hit because you don't practice that.
Janae Wash steps in now. The senior hitting .217 on the year, watches that one just low. A lot of height in this Michigan State lineup, City. We see Wash now standing in, listed at 5'10". They've got 4 starters listed at 5'10" or above. Another one on deck in Colette Allen. Trying to bring some of that power to bear. Wash fouls it off her foot.
Yeah, this Michigan State team just through and through is all athletes, and the way that they have really elevated themselves last season to this one, they brought in transfers. But when we talked to Coach, she talked about it being everyone's kind of clean slate this season, and you've seen them buy into it from returners or transfer players, that they are building a different culture and really just a different respect around Michigan State softball.
Painting the corner is Miller. Another thing we got to mention when we talk about the hitting for Michigan State is the new hitting coach, Bethany Wells, coming over from UNC Greensboro, where she helped lead them to an NCAA tournament berth last year and 68 home runs. We're seeing some of that power effect on Michigan State this year. That one bounces right off the umpire. Tough one for Naomi Erdahl to take. A veteran back there, used to it for sure. But Emma Ray apologizes anyways as the count evens at 2.
You talk about what Coach Wells has brought. It's almost like she's met every player where they're at. She hasn't tried to morph everyone's swing, and you see that within it. She has brought them uniquely where they're already at and then just helped elevate them.
Kansas Robinson ends the inning on another slowly hit ground ball, and Ashley Miller is rolling. She has retired now 4 consecutive batters and 6 consecutive players as we head to the bottom of the second. Northwestern making plays defensively, trying to get the batting order going as well as Kansas Robinson brings an end to the top of the second. Watches a strike.
And Cunha just very tough and staying ready for whatever her team needed from her. It's always hard when you start in a lineup, you're kind of working back and forth, but from everything that I've heard from Northwestern is that she has stayed so positive and so steadfast and just getting better, which is everything you want from a first-year player.
You look at Cunha's numbers. The power hasn't been there yet, but in terms of plate discipline and the strikeout rate, both really solid for a first year. Has struck out just 7 times this season in 52 plate appearances. And lines this to left field, but coming on and making a leaping catch is Wash for out number 1.
Interesting. I almost wonder if that was kind of a hard ball to read. You saw Wash come crashing in and then have to jump to be able to make the out.
Maybe a little bit of backspin on it from Cunha, as you see Wash. Looks like she misjudged it just a hair, but makes the play at the end. Here's Ainsley Muno, the third in the run of 3 straight first years in this Wildcat lineup, as she fouls it back to the screen. Muno stepping in at first base, had the big RBI hit against UIC, pardon me. But the numbers for this season still aren't where she'd like them. Swings and misses up high. We're seeing Gray attack these hitters up high.
I was just going to mention that against Cunha. And now Ainsley, you're seeing her attack certain hitters differently. And towards the first-year player, she's definitely working higher in the zone. Something that you have to learn really coming into college softball is to be able to have that ceiling right there, a good take. But Gray is definitely going to try to capitalize on those learning experiences first-year players have to make.
1-2 now on Muno, trying to continue to battle. And she takes strike 3. Was expecting it up high again, it looks like. Froze her either way. And the third K already, all looking for Gray.
Yeah, Coach Stanger definitely did her research there on how to try to come back. And that's what pitching is all about. Sometimes you don't even realize how a miss on a rise ball before that pitch is really just a setup pitch. It wasn't that it was a missed rise ball. That's a setup pitch to be able to come back and try to freeze a hitter. And right there, again, Gray just showing her veteran experience and being able to execute a game plan.
Here's Ayanna Lindsay, the junior center fielder. Watches ball 2. Lindsay, perfect example of somebody who's bided her time in this program as a pinch runner a lot of the time for her first 2 years. Spot starts, spot pinch hits, has now stepped into the starting lineup full time.
And even more so when you talk about has did her time on the field, but it's been off the field. Lindsay is the first person to carry a bucket, get to practice early, stay later, grab somebody's glove when they need it, just embodies a true team player who's willing to do whatever they can for the person next to them.
Well, the Iowa native has been staked to a 3-0 count here. And she checks her swing and takes, I guess it was 2-1, pardon me. Now it's 3-1. 3 balls now either way.
When you talk about being an Iowa native, she was Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year. So she comes in with so much athleticism.
And Sydney would know about being a state player of the year as Lindsay swings through the 3-1. And have you ever had a battle with Ayanna about, Wisconsin versus Iowa player of the year? Which accolade really means more?
We have not. We definitely don't focus on that. But we used to have a topic, a lot of us being from the Midwest, where we'd say, which state is most irrelevant? And that would bring up some competitiveness.
Well, Ayanna might have hurt us because she brought some competitiveness to that swing. Base hit right back through the middle. And the Wildcats may be in business here with 2 out and the top of the order back to the plate.
And it goes back to the amount of 3-2 counts that this Northwestern lineup is having. That one coming through with a success, not trying to do too much. You can see her keep her swing so short, didn't even follow through, but brings Lindsay on base, who also is a steal threat.
Kansas Robinson stepping up, fouls it back near us. The 37th pitch just now from Gray, who has had work to do to get through this order once. Still has not retired the side for the second time for Northwestern. The Wildcats have put 4 runners on base now. 2 hits, a walk and a hit by pitch. Robinson fouls it straight back. She is right underneath that one. Plenty of speed at first with Lindsay. Michigan State outfield straight up, spread out, and deep at the corners. Ross relatively shallow at center, though.
Fox is pinched over.
Yeah, way pinched over. Don't see that every day. They're almost playing Kansas Robinson like a right-handed pull hitter with Fox way up the middle at second and Conroy in the hole at short.
You'd have to assume with how much Fox is pinched over to second base that Gray is going to pitch Robinson nothing but outside.
Up high, and Robinson checks her swing. It's a great note, Sydney. You wonder if Robinson is looking at that as well, because she hits it through the 3-4 hole relatively often, on inside pitches in particular, as you alluded to.
And Bashirs is not even that far off the line, so there is
not.
a big 3-4 gap right now, trying to take away the steal on Lindsay.
2-2. Up high. And a little inside as well, trying to change it up on Robinson. We didn't see Liv Gray go to that changeup that much the first time through the order.
I believe this is the 5th 3-2 count, 4th, that Northwestern hitters have brought up so far.
Second for Robinson. Fouls it away, and for the second time, she will see a 7th pitch in the at-bat. And now with a 3-2, of course, Sydney, Ayana Lindsay will be running on the pitch. Only adds a little bit, but still on a double could be meaningful. Another payoff. In the dirt, ball 4. There are 2 aboard for Kelsey Nader.
Northwestern missing an opportunity to capitalize in the first inning, but right now they have another opportunity in the next inning. You have to believe that hunger is there even more than the first time around.
Kelsey Nader embroiled in a bit of a slump in the 2 spot in the order. Had the bunt single on the first pitch back in the first inning. And Hawley up the line to deal with that. Nader slaps one into center. It's going to drop. Bloop hit, gets by Wash initially. Lindsay scores easily from second. And Nader, over the drawn-in infield, drives in the first run.
The confidence from Lindsay and knowing that that ball was going into no man's land, you don't even see a hesitation. Turns, looks at it, but trusts Kate Drohan, who is sending her all the way. Northwestern, the first one to get on the board. Talked about Nader in a little bit of a slump. Sometimes it doesn't take a line drive, but it's being able to stay strong through a pitch that had beat you to bloop in a single.
Now Katie trying to make it hurt. Another check swing, swing and a miss there. We have seen Hannah Katie now check swing 4 times in her first 2 at-bats.
Definitely unusual, but something that it's usually when your head is telling you different things about which pitch to attack.
Katie watches that one up high. So the big hit for Nader drives in run number 1 for Northwestern. Nader, only her 8th RBI of the year. She didn't have one for the past 2 weeks. 1-1. Change up in there. Maybe a drop ball. Had a little bit more movement on it than I thought it did. Either way, in for strike 2.
We didn't see many off-speed, frankly none, from Gray the first time through. And now second time through, definitely starting to incorporate it more.
She's got Katie in a 2-strike count. Got the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 4 for Liv Gray, who strands 2 more. But Kelsey Nader made it hurt before Gray could end the threat. The bloop single to left field for Nader. Got it going. As you take a look at that strikeout. We'll go to the top of the 3rd here on Big Ten Plus. 1-0 Northwestern. Colette Allen, Peyton Conroy, and Anna Fox due up here in the 3rd for Michigan State. Allen, the DP, stands in the 7th spot and watches a strike at the knees. For Allen, another one of those transfers for Michigan State. Came out of Redlands, and the senior was listed as a 3rd baseman. Shortstop has done most of her work from the designated player spot this season. Grounds that up the first base line and foul before Muno could get to it, and the count quickly at 0-2. You mentioned the efficiency of Ashley Miller, Sydney. She has thrown so far in this game just 8 balls all game. 9 balls all game to 19 strikes. Good ratio.
Incredible ratio, and I bet you it's close to 50-50 between her drop and her changeup. Right there, goes through her drop, such a hard pitch to be able to hit when you're able to ladder it so tight and down in the zone. Definitely more of a chase pitch, and she gets Allen on that one.
And you feel for hitters, Sydney, because they end up looking silly. I mean, look at where this pitch ends up, but if you look at the start, right, it's at the knees, and then it just drops off the table. Impossible to deal with for a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, Miller has some of the best drop ball break in the country, and that's why you've seen her have so much success.
Another one, Conroy fishing in the dirt. Peyton Conroy, a glove-first player. Maybe she wouldn't describe herself that way, but very capable with the glove, certainly. The true freshman shortstop has made an impact defensively already this season. Hitting just .220 on the year as she fouls that one back to the backstop.
And it's really smart pitch calling that you see going on. Miller threw so many changeups last inning. And if you're hitters, you're going back in the dugout, you're talking about what you saw. And now you have, 2, 3 new hitters coming up to the plate in this inning, and they're seeing primarily drop balls.
Change
and then
up,
she finishes.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts swinging for Miller. She's struck out now 4 of the last 6 hitters she's faced. Really rolling. And can Anna Fox slow her down a little bit, the left-handed hitting second baseman? Well, Ashley Miller is 2/3 of the way to what would be a remarkable accomplishment. I'm going to leave it at that. Pitch number 1 to Fox. Never mind, I shouldn't have said anything. Ball 1 to Fox. There will be no immaculate inning in the 3rd, at least, for Ashley Miller. But hey, get 2/3 of the way there is pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Just a strong start already by Miller. And again, the efficiency and the low pitch count will set her up well to be able to go long this game and potentially the entire series.
Hannah Katie vacuums it up and makes the play. Another 1, 2, 3 inning. Ashley Miller uses just 8 pitches. She is rolling, and the Wildcats will take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 3rd. See the graphic there. 4 Ks already this game. She's been doing that part very well, but gave up the run last inning and has now put 6 runners on base through 2 frames as Bridget Donahue watches a first pitch low.
Gray has ran into some trouble getting runners on base, but she's been able to get herself out of jams already. Almost elevates her pitching. 1 runners are in scoring position.
And no doubt about it, 1-1 on Donahue. Zedak waiting on deck. Remember, Donahue took one off the mask in the first inning for the hit by pitch. Bridget Donahue has now reached base freely. She watches it just off the inside corner 23 times this season, Sydney. For context, Donahue this year has had 66 plate appearances. In 23 of them, she has been walked or been hit by a pitch. That is over 33%.
I mean, her growth from last season to this season is really indescribable. She's hitting over 200 points higher average-wise than she was, and a lot of it is the patience. You see the confidence she has in the box, and Coach Drohan cannot speak enough about it, but she comes from really just sisters who all play, too.
2-2. There for strike 3 called. Donahue thought it was low. Home plate umpire thought otherwise. That is the 5th looking strikeout for Gray, who has been catching these Wildcat hitters on the corners all afternoon.
For Northwestern, you have to learn the play quickly, and after a few strikeout looking, you have to bet there's going to be some adjustments made.
Zedak lines it into left. Base hit for the 5th year. 3rd hit of the day for Northwestern, and Zedak gets the party started here in the 3rd.
I love the aggressiveness by Zedak to go all in on the first pitch. She didn't barrel it quite like she normally could if she hit it on time, but she has so much power that even on her hands, she can poke it through for a hard line drive base hit.
Emma Ray, the true first-year catcher, fouls it back. She's done so much work with this pitching staff already in her first year, picking up where Jordan Rudd left off.
Those are hard shoes to fill with how talented Rudd was, but Ray, she is just, you could see, really bought all into this pitching staff, and they love having her behind the plate. They cannot speak her praises enough.
Remember, Sydney, that coming into this season, over the past 8 seasons, you could count the number of games caught by somebody not named Sammy Netling or Jordan Rudd on one hand. as that one's fouled down the third base line. Not a lot of programs can say something like that. I mean, we're talking about 8 years. The last 3 for Netling. You know, her first year she played plenty of catcher as well. But and the 5 years of Jordan Rudd. And now Emma Ray trying to continue that tradition of great Wildcat catchers. 1 and 2 with Zedak leaning off first. Checks her swing up high, and the count runs even.
That's a strong hold because that's a competitive pitch by Gray. When Northwestern, they try to preach on being physical. Part of being physical is being able to take those late takes on those pitches.
2-2. Grounded towards third. Great play by Hawley. Gets 1, can't get 2, but 5-4 for the fielder's choice, and Michigan State eliminates the lead runner.
Michigan State trying to turn 2 double plays, and they've really only been a step or 2 behind, but Howley does a great job using her momentum, going to second base and taking it that way for trying to turn 2.
Now Cunha, who had maybe the hardest hit ball of this game with her line out to left back in the second, pops it up on the infield. Conroy makes the call and has the ball for out number 3. The Wildcats go a bit more quietly in inning number 3. The score remaining 1-0. We'll head to the 4th on Big Ten Plus.
I want to see a bold decision by Michigan State hitters, whether that's move all the way back in the box or come all the way up. Anything to try to disrupt Miller's break right now. You see Howlett decides to go in the back of the box.
Hawley all the way deep to try to read that changeup. Watches it hot. Nope, at the top of the zone for strike 1. Pardon me. And for Michigan State, returning players so far in this game, 0 for 6 against their former teammate, Ashley Miller, with 3 strikeouts. Hawley, of course, the lone hit today. The changeup misses way high. 1-1.
And talking to Miller earlier this week, obviously this game carries a big importance, but it seems like she is left with really strong relationships still on this Michigan State team, and that's something that they came to watch her earlier last week, and they played in the same venue of South Carolina. So between the lines, they're competitors, but off, there's still a lot of relationships that have been built and will be maintained.
Just wide to Hawley, 2-1 now. The third baseman, slugger for Michigan State, 1 for 1 on the day. Watches it change up at the bottom of the zone to even the counts. Remember, Hawley, 359 average coming into play today. She's already raised it to 367. Her 1160 OPS leads the team. And she is 519 batting average when she leads off an inning. Swing and a miss there, though. Miller strikes out another. It's her 5th K of the day.
That's probably the biggest strikeout of the day with just how hot Howley has been so far this season. And then you put on Ross, which is somebody who will most likely bunt if she were to have gotten on, but now she has to slap and try to work her way on base.
Wildcat defense in at all 4 positions, all 7 positions, really. So that one misses just high. 1-0 on Ross, who was picked off of second to end the first inning by Emma Ray. She's all the way at the back of the box as well, although as a slapper, she's more used to that as she takes a strike. So that might have a little bit less to do with the pitcher and a little bit more to do with the style.
It definitely does. And Ross is somebody who kind of works quicker through the box, so he's very susceptible to changeups, but also just can work so hard on that fast pitch.
Tried to slap that one, but out in front of it, fouled it off her own body. Northwestern aggressive defensively against the slapper. Ross has not shown a lot of a propensity for the extra base hit this year, just the 1 double. So they are in at left, in at center, in at right, in at third, in at short. The only one who's not in a lot is Kansas Robinson, really. Even in the 1-2 counts. Now Nader takes a couple steps back in right field. Strike 3 swinging. The disappearing drop ball strikes again. K number 6 for Miller. The Wildcat faithful counting the Ks in the stands. Take another look at this pitch.
And this ball just works so nicely out of the zone. Just a drop that she's able to kind of open up her thumb a little bit to peel out her half.
I wish we had access, Sydney, to the spin rate on some of these pitches. My goodness. Strike one called to Macy Lee, who went down looking in the first. The only looking strikeout of the day, interestingly, for Michigan State, who have been aggressive at the plate, just haven't been able to touch Miller. Grounded towards third. Katie scoops it on 3 hops and makes the play. 11 straight retired. The Spartans, no answers for Ashley Miller right now as we head to the bottom of the fourth on Big Ten Plus. You showed off some of that softball analysis prowess at the beginning of this game. You said pitcher's duel. This has been every inch of that pitcher's duel so far.
It has been, and you're just seeing veteran pitchers step up and try to lead their team. These two are both new to their programs, and they have completely reshaped it, I would say, on the Michigan State side. And as the Northwestern side, Miller has just brought this different level of intensity to really help lead a younger team in some areas.
Well, if you think about it, and I'm sure Ashley Miller did not think about it this way as the count evens on Ainsley Muno, she had some of the biggest shoes to fill in the nation because she's coming in and expected to take on at least part of the role that Danielle Williams had last year in leading this team, a play or two short of the Women's College World Series for the second straight year. And Miller, it's early in the season, of course, but when she's been in the circle, she's done every bit of what she's been asked to do.
Yeah, there's no one like Danielle Williams and just everything she brought to Northwestern, but I think Miller holds such a respect because she came in as a grad transfer just with such a willingness to learn and reshape herself.
Muno takes it off the thigh for the hit by pitch. She'll take it. Coming into that at bat, Muno, who has been struggling a little bit more of late, pardon me, had struck out in half of her at bats. She'll take the hit by pitch, a way to get on base.
Absolutely, and then you have Lindsay, who had a base hit in her previous at-bat, and then just like before you know it, you're back at the top of the lineup for the third time already.
You see the pinch runner over there. We were told before the game, Carol Drohan said, we will pinch run for Muno if she gets on base, and so Grace Minarvik, one of the fastest players in this Northwestern team, and the only pinch runner that's really been used with consistency, on first with nobody out.
And Minarvik, a name that you're used to hearing around Northwestern Athletics, her brother playing on the baseball team, so such a fun moment for that family to be able to experience it all in Evanston.
Interestingly enough, as Lindsay, I think bunted that off her leg, but they let it play on, and the out recorded at first. It sure looked like that ball came off Lindsay's leg, but she'll take the sacrifice.
Well, Lindsay is shaking her hand, so it almost feels like it could have potentially
We're
went
seeing a conversation here between Coach Sharonda McDonald-Kelly and her home plate umpire, Naomi Erdahl. I'm not sure if I was Coach McDonald-Kelly, I'd even want to challenge this. But she will ask the umpires to talk and see what they saw. Bring it all back. 0-1. And Lindsay back in the batter's box. And she does square again. This one, foul up the first base line. And nearly disaster on the popped-up bunt for Bashirs.
Yeah, I was very surprised Bashirs did not really kind of lay out for that one, just in knowing what a crucial play that could have been. My parents used to always say, if you walked down your jersey wasn't dirty, what did you do today?
Absolutely. And coming from somebody who spent some time at first, that should hit a little bit harder for Brendan Bashirs. Another foul ball for Lindsay, keeps her alive, swinging away now, of course. And you talked about Minarvik reminding people of Northwestern baseball. Well, she's standing in front of Bashirs, whose cousin Jay played at the same time as Evan Minarvik. Baseball teammates for Northwestern. I wonder if her and Britton are talking about it. Probably not. Probably not. 1 and 2.
I don't think I've seen their heads turn and face each other,
yeah.
but I'm going to keep an eye out for it.
I would be surprised. There's some connections on this field. As Lindsay takes up high, I'm just saying, watch if when Bridget Donahue comes to the plate again, watch to see if she's talking with Macy Lee, former high school teammates in Phoenix, Arizona.
I love the storylines. Right here, great. She had Lindsay down 0-2. You saw her really nibble on 2 rise balls the past 2.
Fouled back by Lindsay. Went after her a little bit more that time, but Lindsay caught the barrel to it. Xavier College Prep, by the way, for those wondering where Macy Lee and Bridget Donahue attended. 1 year apart, but still. 2 and 2, Ayanna Lindsay readying for the 7th pitch of the at-bat, trying to do her job and at least move the runner over. Fouls it again. And Lindsay, who had her own slow start to the season offensively, Sydney, is looking a little bit more locked in at the plate right now.
One thing I think Lindsay does such a great job on is she has such a poker face. She's someone who can get hit or can foul a ball we just saw off her, but you'll never be able to tell. So competitive.
That's fair. No, just foul. Called foul at home plate down the line. Cage Rohan is still sending them around, but the ball was called foul initially at home plate. They're going to bring Minarvik all the way back to first. That was inches away.
And that is a play you, without a doubt, cannot review.
Yeah, certainly not. When the ball is called foul, you can review it if it's called fair, whether it's foul. But if it's called foul, and we take another look here. Right down, oh, that is close, but it's the right call. It was just left of the base. Line towards left, and that is out of play. Tell me if you saw something different, Sydney. It looked to me on that replay like that ball was just barely foul.
I agree. It started fair, and then it tailed right before third base, which is the designated spot it would have passed on the right side, and you see it just pass through on the left.
Pitch 10 of the at-bat. We've had reviews, potential sac bunt wiped off, near double wiped off. What more does this at-bat have in store? Ball 3. There goes Minarvik. She is out. What a throw and tag. Macy Lee to Conroy coming across the base, and they get Minarvik at second. That is a heck of a play for Michigan State defensively.
A higher toss by Lee, but you'll see it will pay off being able to tag Minarvik just on the helmet before her feet were able to hit second base. Not something you see very often.
And Lindsay swings and misses. What a momentum swing right there for Michigan State. A runner on first, nobody out to nobody on, and 2 out just like that. And the 12-pitch strikeout for Liv Gray gets her back to the top of the order.
And now Northwestern is at a very different position than what they felt they were going to be in. Bringing Minarvik, now you're at top of the lineup with 2 outs, no one on.
Robinson fouls it back. Kansas Robinson just saw her 15th pitch of the game. Talk about a person who works the count. That's what you want in your leadoff hitter. And for Liv Gray, pitch number 77 up next. And it's high. Talking about a player who, as I mentioned earlier, has worked into the triple digits in pitches 5 times this year, including each of her last 2 starts. On Tuesday against Notre Dame in a very tough loss, 4-2 for Michigan State, when 4 unearned Fighting Irish runs scored in the bottom of the 6th. Robinson swings through that one.
Everything that Kate Drowan has ever said about Robinson is how she's a natural competitor. And you see that play out in all of her at-bats. Talk about just such a gritty player, going to do whatever she can to put the ball in play and try to bring some momentum.
Robinson deep to left. That is gone. Kansas Robinson homers down the left field line, and the Wildcats double the lead.
And the celebration put the final exclamation point for the Wildcats. They just had a strikeout and a throw them out, but Robinson bringing her own momentum and her energy. And just like that, Northwestern adds another one to their lead.
And how about this, City? The 18th pitch that Robinson had seen from Liv Gray today. Zoned her in, knew the outside pitch was coming, and used her power to go the other way. Just a great piece of hitting from KR.
And right there, talk about the competitor. She is fired up, bringing the energy and the life to her Wildcat team.
Home run number 4 of the season, pardon me, Sydney, for Robinson. Leads the team first in over 2 weeks as Nader stands in and watches a strike at the knees.
And sometimes that is all you need as a team to see one home run go out to kind of allow the rest of the bats to have that momentum and feed off of each other.
Well, the wind is blowing straight in from right field today as Nader fouls this one behind the plates and just over our broadcast position. Wind is blowing straight in from right, but here at the Jason, as you know, the wind is never really blowing all the way in from left because Welsh Ryan blocks it out there. Kind of a pitcher's nightmare.
I give every outfielder credit.
Nader, line to center. What a catch! Full extension from Ross. She ends the inning with a real web gem. You mentioned Lindsay so stoic. Didn't show anything on her face that anything was wrong, but it certainly could have been that.
You never will see it.
Yeah, never will. Could have been something on the swing and miss for the strikeout. Either way, or just could have been, you know, time to get Kunia in right field, and Lindsay will come back in later. Impossible for us to know for now, but the change has been made. Swing and a miss on the changeup as Shears put everything into that swing. She nods her head coming off.
One game plan for Northwestern pitching staff is they knew how talented this Michigan State and power that they had, and they wanted to make sure if they were going to throw the changeup early, they were going to trust their break through it, because Michigan State so far this season has been so on time early in the count.
2-1 now on Bashirs. This is a Michigan State team that came into this game. You know, the offense wasn't spectacular by any means, but it was rock solid. 262 batting average, you know, 447 slug, 341 on base. They have gotten just one runner aboard all day against Ashley Miller. That one is somewhere outside of the strike zone. Not sure where, but it's 3-1.
And if you look at the Spartans, they only had 14 total wins last season, already at 12, and Big Ten play is just starting.
The first 3-ball count of the day for Ashley Miller is not the first walk just yet. It's full on Bashirs. Remember, Bashirs is at the plate when Ross was picked off second back in the first. She's now seen 10 pitches from Miller, pardon me, more than any other Michigan State hitter. And the payoff is low. Great take. We've seen Michigan State go after that pitch repeatedly, but it's the first walk that Miller has issued.
A ton of poise there by Bashir. A lot of times you'll get a power hitter. They'll really try to get greedy in that situation, trying to put all the weight of the world and put their team on their back with a home run. But she understood in that moment a changeup was all she needed. And you'll see Cammie Henry warming up for the Wildcats.
Dalazeki takes strike one. Sydney Dalazeki standing in. Struck out swinging on just 3 pitches back in the second. Bashirs leaning off first as Dalazeki watches it low. Bashirs the only player besides Ross in this entire lineup, Sydney, that has multiple stolen bases. Got a little bit of speed in the cleanup spot.
You'd love to see someone with the power and speed, a lethal combination.
Absolutely. Swing and a miss on the drop ball. Dalazeki has not been able to handle that so far today.
No, and Dalazeki, she's 50% first pitch swing, so somebody who comes in very aggressive, and you can tell Miller probably knows that the way she's laddering her pitchers down, getting her to chase out of the zone.
Sydney Dalazeki awaiting the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Caught by Emma Ray. And Dalazeki goes down on strikes again. It is strikeout number 7 for Ashley Miller.
A tough response by Miller after giving up her first walk of the game to go back in and attack. See over and over that drop ball that is just breaking out of the zone, but hitter's not able to lay off of it when it's tunneled so well on the inside corner.
1 on, 1 out for Janae Wash. Watches a drop ball low. Wildcat defense up the middle, straight up, playing double play depth.
We've been giving a lot of credit to Miller, which is all deserved, but you have to talk about the freshman in Emma Ray behind the plate, who's making these drop balls look so easy over and over again to be able to pull up and to block.
Ball 2 up high. We've seen the one wild pitch, but it was one that Ray blocked. It was more of Alexis Ross reading the ball in the dirt than anything else. You see Ayanna Lindsay in the dugout getting some assistance from the trainer. Looks like on that hand, the left hand of Lindsay getting worked on. The 2-0. Ray tried to present it, but a little bit too low to the 5'11" frame of Wash. And Miller is not in a place she wants to be in. And Michelle Gascoigne is going to come out and talk to her. Michigan State dealing with a couple injuries. As there's a strike against Wash. The only player who is out for this weekend who has seen consistent playing time this year is AJ Militello. But 2 other absences as well, and Kaylin Cash missing this series. As that one's chopped towards third. Katie on the slow roller, only play to first, and she makes the out there on the 5-3. But for only the second time in this game, Michigan State has pushed a runner to second.
Katie has been a wall at third base for this Wildcat team these past few weekends. You've seen her just embrace so much of her role. She's so good at understanding at a ball like this where she has enough time to stay back, to fire it across the diamond, but you also see her throughout the game go and attack the short hop for a throw on the run.
Change up misses low. Good check by Allen, who was way out in front of it. Bain, the other player for Michigan State, who is out for the weekend. Kayla Bain, the sophomore. So the 3 players missing with injuries. It's the 1-0 to Allen. Swing and a miss. Michigan State also has had an exit from the program already this season. Jaya Butler, who played the first 13 games with the team and is no longer with the program. So some absences that they didn't expect coming into Big Ten play. 1-1. Swing and a miss on that one in the dirt. Strike 2.
And with that being said, we talked to Coach McDonald's Kelly beforehand, and she preached the culture that she wanted for her team. And I think that's something she really emphasized. She said, I only want players from my team who are team first.
Absolutely. 1-2 on Allen. In the dirt, Miller looking for the put away to try to end this threat. As Bashirs leans off second, plenty of speed there. Northwestern outfield, a bit pinched up the middle. Relatively deep at all 3 positions. Robinson and Donahue with their heels on the grass at second and short. 2-2. The big right-hander. Swing, and she fouled it. For a second, I couldn't tell whether that hit her or hit the bat. But Allen survives to see another pitch.
One thing that's different about this Michigan State team is the level of competition they played in pre-conference. See, fouling off a pitch like that only happens when you have seen talented pitchers earlier on in the season.
21st pitch of the inning for Miller. Low and away. She had not thrown more than 14 pitches in any other inning in this game, but now has seen the pitch count all the way up at 66. 2 outs in the 5th. The count is full on Allen. Swing and a miss, but it pops up off the net. Ray has a chance, can't get her. And the drop third strike. Emma Ray couldn't block it. We've praised her blocking today, but that time had it skip up high on her. Allows the inning to continue for the Spartans.
That ball skipped almost out. That's how high it went up on the fence, and it was still a bang-bang play. You see, it almost looks like with that bounce, it had to have came off a plate.
I think it hit off the plate and then off the top of her glove and just skipped over her head. Really tough play for Ray to try to make. But it brings up Peyton Conroy in a huge spot for the only true freshman in this Michigan State lineup. And some confidence shown by her coach. No thought of a pinch hitter here. It's Conroy in the big moments. 2 out, runners at the corners. Michigan State trying to get themselves back in this game. Conroy against Miller. Wildcats in at the corners. Swing and a miss on the changeup. You wonder whether Michigan State will try to steal the base with Allen at first. She's not a speedster, but Northwestern unlikely to throw down and concede the run. And potentially concede the run. Swing and a miss up high. Conroy eating out of Miller's hand right now.
This is when, as a first-year player, you have to allow yourself to just really take a deep breath. Emotions are high. Sometimes you can get ahead of yourself, but how quickly can you recenter yourself and be competitive in this at-bat?
Ashley Miller trying to work out of a jam. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes. 9 Ks in her Sharon J. Drysdale Field debut as a Wildcat for Ashley Miller. And the Wildcats are through 5 scoreless against Michigan State. It's 2-0 Northwestern. Headed to the bottom of the 5th as we take another look at one more Ashley Miller strikeout. Wildcats coming to the plate after this.
Very much in this game.
Liv Gray has battled through base runners all day long. Allowed the home run last inning to Robinson. But the highlight reel play in center from Alexis Ross kept Kelsey Nader off the bases And so now Hannah Katie leads off the 5th by taking ball 1. Wildcats offensively have worked in a little pattern through the first 4 innings. As Katie fouls it back, they left 3 on in inning 1. They left 2 on in inning 2. 1 on in inning 3. Can you guess how many they left on last inning, Sydney?
The Wildcats?
Yes. 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. You know, little countdown action.
I was watching
takeoff.
Carol talking to head coach or associate head coach Carol talking to Katie. I loved how she praised her for that previous foul ball. You can tell right now it's let's celebrate this little win because the little wins can lead to a big win, something that Katie is searching for.
Katie looks a little bit more focused this at bat, shall we say. We saw a lot of the check swings in the first 2. And there's a check swing, but she tipped it into the glove. Tough break for Katie. That would have been ball 3 because she didn't go around. With a call from home plate umpire Naomi Erdahl. As soon as that bat makes contact, it is a strike. Let's take a look. Oh, I don't know. Tough break. She watches ball 3. The count runs full. Katie could have been on first already, but it's 3-2 instead. Another full count for Liv Gray. Check swing. Did she go around? She did. Kate Drohan can't believe it, but the call from third base umpire Stacy Paulson is strike 3, and Hannah Katie is down on strikes for the 3rd time.
The rule is if the barrel crosses the front part of the plate, and in that instance, I didn't feel the barrel crossed it.
Yeah, I will say that the rule is up for interpretation, to be fair to our third base umpire. That is usually, in layman's terms, how it is described. But I do not think that the wording, I believe, is committed to the swing. I do not think, in my estimation, that Hannah Katie committed to that swing. 1-0 on Donahue, who rips it foul. In fact, we saw a very similar check swing back in the first inning called the ball, Sydney.
That's a good point.
So a tough break for Katie, 1 out for Donahue. Liv Gray, meanwhile, struck out her 7th Wildcat of the day, and only the 2nd one swinging. She continues to work hard in the circle. Donahue watches it high. 2-1 on the sophomore shortstop. Highly touted recruit. Had her struggles from the plate at times last year. Has stepped it up in a big way so far this year. Watches it change up on the outside corner.
You know, I mentioned it earlier. I don't think a lot of people know is Donahue comes from a family of softball players. Her sister Megan played at Princeton, and her other sister Katie currently plays at Yale.
Wow. A lot of academic excellence in that family as Donahue fouls it away.
Some proud parents.
Yeah. Princeton, Yale, and Northwestern is not a bad trio, I would say. Just from an academic standpoint, you know.
Yes.
2-2 on Donahue, who awaits her 6th pitch of the at-bat. Liv Gray is already up at 93 pitches for the game. Foul to the screen, went up high, and Donahue met her. It didn't look like a rise ball, though, Sydney. Maybe a mistake pitch there from Gray?
Yeah, I would agree with that, just the way the ball was spinning. But, you know, as a pitcher, you are allowed to miss your drop ball up in the zone. Sometimes it still works out in your favor.
True. Donahue grounds it through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. She is aboard with hit number 6 on the day for Northwestern, who has seen a runner reach base now in all 5 innings.
Great piece of hitting there by Donahue throughout that entire at-bat. And the way we're seeing her grow as a player before our eyes throughout the season, you have to wonder how high is the ceiling, because right there, not trying to do too much, finding a hole, sometimes that's all you need.
Liv Gray has to work with a runner aboard again. Fires a strike to Zedek, who singled her last time up. 1 for 2 on the day. For Gray, who Michigan State is certainly going to rely on tomorrow, you would think. Pitch count continues to balloon. 1-0. Fouled to the screen. I think it's actually 0-2, pardon me. So now Zedek in the hole. With Donahue leading off first. Swing and a miss. Got up high on her. And another K for Gray.
If you're Gray, you have to walk away, no matter the end score, very confident in your performance. You've seen her be able to strike out Wildcats in a multitude of ways. That way, by going up in the zone where we've seen other lower half. So if you're the Wildcats, you know she works both ways now.
And the problem for Zedak there is once you get down in that 0-2 hole, that rise ball, as you know, Sydney, very difficult to lay off of.
Incredibly challenging. I think it's the hardest part of the game. I would say that in the changeup.
Sure, sure. 1-0 on Ray, who watches it low. Rare is the pitcher who can command both of those pitches excellently. We've seen Gray have success with both today, although she doesn't use that changeup too often, or hasn't yet, at least. 2-0 on Ray, with Donahue leaning. Strike one on the inside corner. Ray can't believe it, shaking her head. Thought that pitch missed. Cunilla waiting on deck. Ray struck out looking and then grounded into a fielder's choice back in the third. Pop up on the infield. And Liv Gray has worked through another relatively clean inning. Wildcats strand another runner. She's a competitor. She wants to win every game, but she knew it would take some time. They brought in this class of transfers in first years and kept some really impressive players from previous teams and are trying to build something new here at Michigan State. But it's going to take some time. They would love to start some of that time with a comeback win here today. This is the 9-hitter Anna Fox watches ball 2.
And going off of what you were just saying, I love that when she talked about, really recruiting these transfers, she said she didn't hide what their record was, but she says, do you want to be a part of something special? And that is the track that they are on right now.
2-0 is in the dirt. After 4 innings of never going to a 3-ball count, Miller has now gone to 3 of them on her last 6 batters. See the infield, Northwestern way in at all 4 positions against the slapper Fox, who takes a strike. Anna Fox hasn't had many at-bats this season. She's coming into today 4 for 15, now 4 for 16 at the plate.
And you also see Cunha in right field, almost all the way in center field.
The 3-1, slap to third. Katie right there for it, and makes the play in plenty of time for out number 1. So 2 groundouts to third and 2 tries for Fox. Katie now has 4 assists on the day. Well, 5 actually, counting the Alexis Ross pickoff. 5 assists for Katie that leads all players as Hannah Hawley steps in.
Right there, Katie just so smooth and quick in her transition.
Grounded. Nice play by Robinson to her left from the outfield grass. Gets the out, and Hannah Hawley continuing to look locked in. Hit it hard, but Kansas Robinson makes the play.
We showed at the beginning of this game Ashley Miller with a 0.93 ERA. A lot of that is because of the work she's doing in the circle, but it's also the defense behind her. Right there, you see a play by Katie and then Kansas Robinson, so athletic and being able to move side to side.
Ross fouls it off her body. She was in the box when it hit her, so no out. 0-1. Here's a stat for you, Sydney. Ashley Miller so far today has gotten 17 outs. 1 of them via the pickoff for Ray. 8 of them via the strikeout. 8 of them via the ground out. No fly balls. 0. That's what she wants.
Very impressive.
Not even a pop-up. I mean, with no infield pop-ups even. No fly balls. The 1 hit was a base hit off of her on the ground. It hit the ground before it even hit her.
This also shows the pitches that she's working and keeping in the bottom half of the zone.
That one's popped, but foul. 1-2.
That's something Northwestern is so intentional about, the defense that they play with certain pitchers on the mound, knowing the tendencies that come from the hitters. And with Miller and Renee as well on the pitching staff for Northwestern, they know the ball's going to be lower in the zone.
1-2 is up high on the changeup. It seemed like Ashley was dead set on contradicting you there, Sydney, but she does throw low. We promise. We've seen the drop balls today. Yeah, 2 ground ball pitchers who are trying to get those ground balls, and the infield has been up to the task today. 2-2 in the dirt. 3-2. Miller points to Ray saying, nice pick. like that one.
You have to love the chemistry between the two. For a graduate player to connect so well with the first-year player, and Miller says she absolutely loves throwing to Ray.
Grounded up the middle. Tough play for Donahue. Short hop. Got her. Great play coming in from number 5. First time she's been tested. And all 3 infielders, besides Ainsley Muno, record an assist in that inning. Take another look at Bridget Donahue.
You only make a play like that when you go get this short hop and be able to throw in the run. Donahue executing that perfectly.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Northwestern. Cunha started the game as the DP. She has been pushed into service in right field due to Ayanna Lindsay's right hand injury. And Cunha watches strike 1. We're not sure who will come in to hit for Lindsay or if she'll maybe hit for herself, but looks like there's a pinch hitter getting ready for the Wildcats in the dugout. Would expect if there is a pinch hitter, it would be Riley Grudzelanek. Gray deals a foul ball, and it's quickly 0-2. The effort from Liv Gray today, regardless of outcome, as you mentioned last inning, Sydney, has been nothing short of remarkable. The way she's battled through this order.
She has it, and her defense behind her as well. It's been a fairly clean game around the board from both teams. It's a pitcher's duel that we expected, and it is living up to its hype.
Way up and out, 1-2. Yeah, I mean, the only real misplay for the Michigan State defense was that bunt single from Nader back in the first. Second batter of the whole game, to be fair, and that didn't lead to a run. The runs have been earned for the Wildcats. First, Ayanna Lindsay coming around to score on the base hit from Nader. Grounded up the middle for Cunha. And she's got a base hit, 1 for 3. Putting one on for Muno.
Cunha so on time and on that pitch, takes that outside pitch right up the middle. Again, if you look at Northwestern's hits, beside Kansas Robinson, no one is trying to do too much. You see them just looking for that contact. And singles can create a lot of runs if you're able to piece them together.
Muno squares, pulls it back, takes a ball. 6 singles, as you alluded to, Sydney, and the 1 home run for Northwestern today. So Riley Grudzelanek waits on deck. She will likely hit in the spot of Ayanna Lindsay and in the designated player spot. As Muno fakes another bunt.
And you have to love, it's 3 first-year players in a row, something you haven't seen from Northwestern, frankly, in about 5 years, when the graduating class was just a first-year class, and they turned out to be very monumental for this program. So the development and the experience these players are getting is huge.
Muno fists one out towards left. That twist foul and unplayable for Wash. Running the count to 2-1. So Kate Drohan there takes the bunt off on the 2-0 count, letting her first year try to slug a little bit. Wonder if the bunt will come back on now in a 2-1.
I agreed with that decision. I think you have to take your chances when you're in a hitter's advantage.
And now the hitter a bit less of an advantage, and Muno does square and gets it down. A nice bunt. Bashirs gets the out at first, but Muno does her job, and the Wildcat bench clapping it up as the sacrifice goes 3-4 on the outs. So Grudzelanek, who has been a part of the starting lineup for a lot of this year, the pitcher who we probably expect to start tomorrow, has been the DP often when she hasn't pitched. She takes a strike. Grudzelanek has started 13 games in total this season, 7 for 28 at the plate with 3 extra base hits. Has shown off some power, a couple home runs early in the season. She's behind 0-1. And pops one foul and into the netting. So
and
quickly 0-2 on Grudzelanek.
If there is anything that I love, it's a hitting pitcher. That
I thought you might.
The most thing, but specifically looking at Grudzelanek is just her power on the inner half. That is where she is going to be zoning a pitch. 0-2, you have to open up a bit.
But she watches that one outside. And you would think that Gray will stay away from Grudzelanek's power areas now in the 1-2 counts. Liv Gray continuing to work. 111th pitch upcoming here. Pardon me, 114th. Line down the line, off the glove. That's down and going to be an infield hit for Grudzelanek if it's fair. Time called. and it's a foul ball. Late call from the plate umpire there, Naomi Erdahl, but she called it a foul ball. It was dropped by Hawley. 1-2 on Grudzelanic. Wow, that's hit well, but foul. You talked about some inner half power, Sydney. She got a lot of that ball.
The way everyone in Northwestern's dugout shot up on that one, just waiting to see. And that's what you want from a player who's stepping into the game for their first time to swing big.
Grudzelanic looks locked in right now. Back-to-back hard-hit balls, and now time called at the plate. I think Erdahl was maybe hearing a little bit more from Kate Drohan, and I don't think she wanted to be hearing any more from her. 1-2. Warning may have been given there. Fly towards left. Foul territory. Running over and making a sliding catch in the corner. Great play by Wash down the line to record out number 2.
And that was an outside pitch that was pulled all the way across the diamond.
Take another look here. Wash slides early, makes the play. You can barely see it from that angle, but it was a great catch from Wash. And Kansas Robinson now the last chance to try to drive this runner in from second. Fouls it back sharply. Talk about locked in. Kansas Robinson looks locked in. 2 walks and the solo homer today. That batting average up to 429. OPS up to 1249. That's pretty good.
Robinson does such a phenomenal job using her legs on her at-bats.
Takes that one outside.
She's able to develop so much power from the ground up, something that hitting coach Carol Drohan really preaches.
Season high in pitches for Liv Gray, who is about to throw her 119th, and it's high. She threw 116 in that comeback win against Minnesota last week. She has now thrown over 100 pitches in her last 3 appearances and in 4 of this team's last 7 games. And she's about to throw a pitch 120. Grounded towards first. It is foul. That one was close to coming over the inside corner of the base, the outside corner of the base. And you wonder if Britton Bashir should have attacked that a little bit more to maybe get the out, Sydney.
I would. If it's an uncharacteristic rollover there by Robinson, specifically in today's game, she's been seeing it so well. That's an out you want to go get. Every single one of them counts.
Take another look here quickly. Bashir's just sat back on this one a little. Maybe she could have gone and gotten it. 2-2. Robinson asked for time, didn't get it. Ball 3. Robinson had a foot out of the box as the pitch came in, but got the ball.
On a 2-2 count, nonetheless.
Yeah. 3-2. She called time pretty early there, but Gray was already in her motion. Umpire, of course, has the right to not give it. 3-2. Ball 4 up high. There's 2 aboard for Kelsey Nader. 3 walks today for Robinson.
And we've been talking about Gray's pitch count, but it becomes even more important the fact that a game yesterday was canceled, so it will be a doubleheader tomorrow. And if they want her to throw, they're going to try to limit this as much as they can, but it's already gotten so high in the pitch count for Gray.
Nader, 2 for 3 today, has hit it hard twice in a row. Watches one on the outside corner, strike 1. Bunt single in the first, singled back in the second, then the line out to left center in the 4th. That required a highlight reel play from Alexis Ross to keep off the ground. 0-1. That's hit well to right center. Way back, Kelsey Nader says goodbye.
Kelsey Nader has been seeing the ball well all day, but she stamps that one over the fence. You mentioned it. She had been having some difficulties the last few weekends, and that is how you respond. Kelsey Nader showing up for a Big Ten play when it counts.
Nader not known for her home run hitting ability, but Gray left this one over the middle, and she rocks it out to right center. Home run number 2 on the year for Nader, who is capable of slapping and also capable of doing that. You talk about a dangerous hitter in the 2-hole, and And she has extended this Northwestern lead to 5-0. Liv Gray, who has fought so hard all day, is now starting to see it come apart.
And that is a huge difference. You talk about a 2-0 ball game to a 5-0. A 3 spot at this point in the game before Michigan State goes on and has their last 3 outs. It can feel defeating for a team.
Katie, 0-1 count as Gray deals pitch 126. It's fouled back. And look, she's used to a big workload, Liv Gray, right? She's been in college softball for 5 years now. At the same time, like you mentioned, Sydney, it's a lot to ask of your 5th-year pitcher.
And before this, she'd only thrown 52 innings pitched, which is a lot, but not when you look at some of the aces across the country. But she ranks 16 nationally in strikeouts with 96 innings. So she's averaging around 8.3 Ks a game, something that she has hit close to this game, but you're seeing her workload, I think, is going to get even higher in the Big Ten.
To be fair, as Katie fouls that one back, I do have her as 80 2/3 innings coming into today.
80 2/3. Thank you.
Looking at the pen, and we finally see some action. Hadn't really seen any all day, but Madison Taylor, the lefty, getting loose. I mean, it's almost a little too late now, I think. 1-2 with 2 outs. Katie lines it to short. On a hop, Conroy bobbles, collects. That's a great play. Tony Smith at first base wants the headphones put on. They're going to challenge Northwestern will.
I can't even say half a step, but I feel like the throw might have beat her.
I think out as well, just by an eyelash.
Yes.
And let's see what the umpires come out of. Yes, out it is, and that will end the inning. An excellent play, not to take anything away. Conroy and Bashir's highlight reel, and Michigan State gets out of it, but Kelsey Nader with a 3-run home run will take you to the top of the 7th, 5-0 Northwestern on Big Ten Plus.
I've been so impressed with her flow of game. She's kept such a strong pace that not only is speeding these hitters up.
It's the foul there from Macy Lee.
But it's also gotten her in this groove where she's been able to attack the hitters. Only 1 walk on the game. That has to be the most impressive stat that I have heard so far.
Absolutely. It's the Michigan State middle of the order. They got to get something started quick here. It's Ashley Miller readying her 84th pitch of the game. You know, Sydney, we heard from the Drohans to start this one that Kemi Henry would be the relief pitcher today, and you almost immediately turned to me and said, I'm not sure we're going to see Kemi Henry today. And so far, Ashley Miller has done all the work and then some.
And being able to speak with Miller, you could tell how competitive she was, and you have to know the storylines. I want to say you make it personal, but she's a competitor, and you knew that she was going to want the ball in her hands for as long as she could go, and that is why I felt so confident, and also because of the pitching that she's been putting on display lately.
Bounces that one in. It's 2-2.
And if you're Northwestern, to not have to go into your bullpen in game 1, both sides are on track to not have to do so. That is very important. You're saving other arms for tomorrow where you have 2 games.
Absolutely. 2-2 on the lead. Fouls it back. Stayed just far enough back on the changeup to get a piece. Macy Lee, the junior out of Phoenix, Arizona. Struck out looking in the first on 6 pitches, grounded out to third in the 4th. And now has worked the count to 2-2 here in the 7th. Miller just 2 over the minimum. Line to center, base hit, drops in front of Nader. Only the 2nd hit of the day, the 1st hit since the very first batter of the game for the Spartans.
Yeah, Lee is the first batter you've seen for the Spartans go down and get that drop ball. I mean, that was a ball low in the zone. Watch how she brings her barrel to it to be able to send it back up the middle. Keeps her hands in so tight.
Michigan State will pinch run at first with Haley Bila. Watches the changeup way up high. The Shears grounded back to the pitcher, then walked in the 5th on a full count. Ashley Miller. 2-0. She's only fallen behind 2-0 to 2 times to the Shears. See if Miller's in that mode. She misses in the dirt, and the runner goes. Wild pitch officially That moves Bila to second on the 3-0 count.
You see Cunha over there in right field. She's pointing towards her headphones, trying to get Coach Kate Drohan to be able to look at her, believing that she left early on that. But it looks like they're going to let that one go. Thought about it for a second.
Interesting that Cunha was the one looking. That makes sense, and the right fielder out there. 3-0. In there, strike one.
You talked about, though, being a pitcher in this situation, you're up 5. You 100% attack the zone, especially the defense that has been behind you today and throughout this whole season. You want to take your chances and know how well your pitches are moving.
3-1 is low. Ball 4. Ashley Miller does exactly what she did not want to do and issues a walk to Bashirs. 2 aboard now for Sydney Dalazeki. The bottom of this order has really struggled today against Miller. Dalazeki, 2 strikeouts. And if you look at the bottom 5 hitters in the order, they are 0 for 10 with 6 strikeouts and 4 groundouts. Dalazeki trying to change that. Pops up the changeup. Muno has room and lost it, overran it. Strike one.
Muno looking to try to find the fence first there, but then wasn't able to pick up the ball in time. We've been seeing Dalazeki swinging at so many first pitch strikes.
No error given to Muno here, although I'm sure she wishes she had this one back. Popped towards right. That's twisting foul, and Cunha can't run it down. 0-2 now. Dalazeki, you could already see her seeing the ball better in the second pitch. Hit it a lot harder.
Just catching her barrel just a little bit too far behind her hands. That's why you're seeing the balls goes foul. She needs to be able to hit the ball about half a ball out in front of her from there.
Cunha playing deep and right. She shades the line now a little bit. On the 0-2. Low, ball 1. Dalazeki has struck out twice today, both times swinging. Janae Wash waiting on deck. Hoping to see the bases full. It's in the dirt. Throw back to second is close, safe. It was a great catch and tag from Robinson on an excellent throw from Ray. Not sure what Bila is doing, even getting herself in that position to begin with, chasing 5. The Wildcats cannot steal it out this time.
And that high IQ by Ray, to be able to make a play like that, so heads up.
It's in the dirt, ball 3. And Dalazeki has worked the count full. Gascoigne is going to go out and have a chat. Miller has missed low 3 straight pitches. Dalazeki. Grounded up the middle. Donahue bobbles it. Does she get the out at second? She does. The 6 unassisted. Bridget Donahue had that one eat her up a little bit on the medium hop, but got an out.
The biggest thing in that situation is just to be able to get the out. It's a play Donahue probably is thinking she could have got 2, but just be able to stick with it and understand where her feet were to be able to make that play. That is big time in these moments.
Michigan State going to use their second challenge. It looked live, and on the replay, they were like, Donahue certainly got there in time, but not a lot of risk here, and a big-time reward for Coach McDonald Kelly, so she'll challenge. Wash stands in. Check swing foul at the plate. Could not hold back on that changeup. Miller, who had struck out so many in the first 5 innings, has not struck one out since the strikeout of Conroy to end the 5th.
That's definitely due to the discipline there by Michigan State. They're not chasing as many pitches.
Changeup misses. 1-1. Aggressive lead being taken by Dalazeki at first. You would have to think Northwestern's going to throw through and let the run score. She does run. 1-1. Grounded to second. Robinson takes it on a long hop, bobbles, and misplays it. You mentioned earlier, Sydney, the importance of attacking the short hop. Kansas Robinson didn't do it. It ate her up. And time called. It'll be an error by the second baseman, Robinson, scoring the run. The run is still earned, but the runner reaches on the error, and now the tying run on deck in Peyton Conroy.
Yeah, so you're an infielder, you have two options. Well, you have three, but the two options you want is either to drop back at the long hop or be able to attack and get the short hop, and that one was just kind of a middle hop, and that becomes so hard to defend, especially on a field like the J that plays rather hard.
Swing and a miss at the plate, but it's going to move up both runners. Another wild pitch, the third of the day for Miller. Time called here. They're going to say foul ball. The umpire is just talking things over, and they're going to run them back to second and first. So no wild pitch. Wipe it off the board, and the runners retreat. 0-1 on Allen, who has struck out twice, reached on a drop third strike back in the fifth. As that pitch misses up high.
And for Northwestern, you have played such a clean game so far. You really just want to be able to kind of move those last few plays out and end strong because Michigan State is starting to build momentum.
Hard to third, Katie makes the play. Double play at second, 5-4, and a hard hit ball from Wash, but the Wildcats end it 5-1.